Dear business partners and friends of SWARCO, dear colleagues, I would like to welcome you once more live from the SWARCO traffic world here at our headquarters in Buttons in Austria. My name is Richard Neumann, work in SWARCO's corporate communication department, and it is my pleasure to accompany you through our webinar in the next 30 minutes. Thank you for joining our 6th Innovation Talk, a series of webinars that we have been offering to you on a monthly basis since the middle of last year. The main purpose is to keep you up to date on SWARCO's latest innovations during times when we cannot meet in person at conferences or trade shows. As usual, you can all participate directly in this innovation talk, and you can do so via the chat function in the right-hand part of the screen. Simply send us your questions and comments in the coming minutes. After the interview, we will answer your questions in a Q&A session. The title of today's innovation talk is Safe Micromobility, News from the World of Cycle Path Markings. I'm pleased to welcome my colleague Mario Nöllge from SWARCO Limburger Lackfabrik in Germany for this exciting topic.
Hello, Richard.
Hi, Mario. Mario Nöllge is a great example of the career opportunities SWARCO offers. In 2004, he started an apprenticeship as an industrial clerk at Limburger Lackfabrik. He worked then for 11 years in the commercial department of the company. 3 years of part-time business administration studies followed, focus on business management and cost performance accounting. Afterwards, 2 years as a business process manager at SWARCO Road Marking Systems, and he worked on various projects for process improvement across all production sites. Mario is also a graduate of the International Leadership Program of the SWARCO Academy. And since 2018, he has been the commercial manager with power of attorney. And today, at the age of 32 years, he has reached the top of the company as managing director. Mario is also a member of the DSGS Public Relations Working Group, the Deutsche Studiengesellschaft für Straßen. Servus, Mario. Welcome, and nice of you to join us today from the paint factory Dietz in Rhineland-Palatinate in Germany. A live appearance, unfortunately, is not possible since the pandemic is still our concern. Dear Mario, today we take up the booming topic of environmentally friendly locomotion in cities and dedicate ourselves in particular to the topic of bicycle traffic routes. After all, micromobility encompasses much more. We all of the pedestrians in cities, the e-scooter drivers, and so on. But everywhere, traffic safety plays a major primary role. Mario, can you confirm the boom in cycling in cities? And as a manufacturer, do you notice an increased demand for marking systems for bike lanes?
Yeah, Richard, first of all, many thanks for the invitation today, and also from my side, a warm welcome to all partners and colleagues. And yes, definitely, I can confirm there is a big boom in this market. We noticed this booms roundabout since 5 years, and yeah, it's a very important segment. Generally, the topic was or is recognized in the society, also from political side. And yeah, we know also in Germany, but also in other countries, a lot of states focus on this part and they plan new cycle tracks. They do a lot of road markings for the cycle tracks to have a safe part yeah, for the users.
Yeah, Mario works for SWARCO Limburger Lackfabrik, and as you can imagine, the company is called Limburger Lackfabrik because Limburg was the place where the company was founded. But in the 1990s, the German railways planned a new high-speed line, and the track was exactly running through the premises of our factory. So that's why we had to move the company some kilometers away to the place called Dietz. And Limburger Lackfabrik is Germany's largest producer of liquid road marking materials. Mario, why are cycle path markings important?
I think the important point is safety, because I think with a good lane marking, with a good bicycle lane, it is the best way to give a safe feeling to all of the users. Yeah, of course, it's also about environmental points, because if a lot of people use the bikes than a car, then it's also good for our environmental area. And also, yeah, we have the possibility for better use of the bicycles, because if you feel safe and if you feel good on a good marked and on a safe path, then you get more comfortable and you also will use this area. And I think this is the most important point, that we need good markings, that we need a safe bicycle way, that the users also feel good and like to use this.
Mhm. Yes, I see. Well, there are more and more cyclists in our cities, and of course, it makes sense to have some kind of separation or dedicated lanes for them in the cities for safety purposes. Mario, what makes a good bike lane marking, and which factors play a role in achieving a good marking result?
Mhm. There are a lot of various factors. Um, First of all, for the road marking, you have to apply it in a correct way. So this is also important to get a very good marking at the end. Then it's also, we have to look about the durability. We have to look to the traffic strains, our environmental impact and compatibility, and also the service life. Because if we have to mark the bicycle lane every year, then it's not the correct solution, because then we have a lot of traffic jams, and I think this is not the point if we have a lot of construction zones. So yeah, to sum it up, for a very good marking and for a good bicycle lane, we need the factors of a good material, we need the right application, and also we have to look to the traffic strange at the end.
Yeah, maybe, dear viewers, you know that SWARCO is integrating three important competencies. We are a producer of glass beads, we are a producer of road marking materials, and in some countries we are also active as a road marking contractor. So this triple competence is, of course, helping us in our business. Mario, as a material producer, what marking systems are in place to identify bike lanes as such?
There are different marking materials, and on the one hand, it depends on the use and also on the load, on the traffic on the lane. And on the other hand, it's also a part of the required grip you need. So yeah, the possibility starts with a one component paint. Also, we have cold spray plastics, we have cold plastic, and we have thermoplastic, or also preformed thermoplastic, like called our Eurotherm. And for very special areas, we also have afterglow material, what is possible and what is glowing in the dark.
Mhm. Yeah, so there is a multitude of different material types that can be used to mark cycle paths. Are the colors of bike lanes standardized?
There's not a standard, but yeah, from the German side, we have the FGASV, Forschungsgesellschaft für Straßenverkehrswesen, and they say that the paint is also impossible for the bicycle lane, also for the user. So, and there is that red and green have the most or the best impact to get a safe bicycle lane. In case of red, where all the people have looked to, and the green line, it's the green for to go on with your bicycle then. And yeah, as I told, the red part also for the car driver, that they look to the bicycle.
Mhm. Yeah, and we are using even tinted granulates, glass granulates, to increase the skid resistance of such markings, and also the color intensity in the end. Um, Dear viewers, I can only invite you once again to participate in the chat and send us your questions. It's a unique opportunity for you to go into detail with our expert Mario on bike lane markings. Mario, let's focus on the interesting topic of photoluminescent bike lane markings. Can you elaborate a little further on the subject of glow in the dark or afterglow markings?
Yes, this material makes sense for bike lanes without electric lighting. So if you have no electric lights in parks or in parts of the city or outside of the city where you want to highlight the bike lane and to make it safer, there you can use this afterglow material. We, as an example, we have already used this on bike paths between villages. There was no street lighting, and the material will take the sun on the day, and in the night you will see the afterglow effect in case of this UV light, what it is increasing. So it absorbs the light, and then in the dark you will see the glow effect. And I think this is also an important part to make a lot of bicycle parts more safety for the bicycle user then.
Mhm.
And it's
Yes.
also effect of the installation, because the street lights are more expensive than to use the material than in this area.
Mhm. Yeah, you mentioned the word safety. I have a question or two questions which may be linked. How can the safety for cyclists be increased, and how should a cycle path be designed in the end?
Yeah, and there are a lot of studies about how can safety, or how can you increase the safety for the cyclists. Um, First of all, I think the different colors is a very important part. So with the road marking, what you can do, also what I explained with the red and the green color. So if you have this colors, and also the driver of a car can see these colors, then it's a fixed and an extra part for the bicycle, and this is also important to play with these colors in this part. And I think this is one of the important points, that you can get all the users of the road to pay more attention to this part. And another is also what you explained, Richard, about the grip. We need a good grip on the road marking. So if it comes also to rain or something else, that the bicycle can stop, and it's not too slippery in the rain, or also in other conditions. Your second question about how can it be designed, it's very difficult to give a general answer to this part, because we have a lot of different situations about different cycle paths. So I think we have to look for the best solution for all road users at the end. I think this is at the end the task of the planners in all the cities, to find the best solution to all users in the best possible way. Also to look about the environmental, also to look about the costs also in this part, and yeah, to have a very safe cycle path at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, there is a lot of research and development going on also in SWARCO's road marking systems division. If we have a closer look at the R&D work, in what direction does the R&D work at SWARCO go to make cycle path markings even better?
Yeah, one point is the sustainability of the road marking materials, of the cycle path markings. For example, we look at water-based products. This is a topic for the future to have a very a good quality material in this area, but also did not try around about 20 hours or less or more. We want to have it ready in 1 hour, let's say it like this, and to have the increasing by very good skid resistance and a good grip at the end. These are so more or less the main topics at the moment in the R&D part.
I see. Yeah, Mario, thank you so far for these insights into the world of cycle path markings. Please stay with us for a few more minutes to answer the questions our audience sends us via the chat. I would like to remind our viewers that there is a lot of information available on SWARCO micromobility solutions on the SWARCO website as well. There is video material, there is text information, there is picture material, and you can also learn more about our ITS division impact on cycle path solutions with priority at intersections for cyclists and many more things. So, dear viewers, I invite you once again to send us your questions. We are now ready to address these questions. And so far, I don't see one here. That is why I ask Mario the first one from my side again, which is the minimum skid resistance value for cycle path markings?
There's a DIN norm, it's DIN 1436, and there is a minimum skid resistance of 45 SRT. This is the class, it's called S1, and this is the minimum what is needful for bicycle lane. And this is also what you can increase. Yeah, but this is the minimum you need, that you have a safe line.
Yeah. Can you explain to us also how such skid resistance is measured? There is this pendulum test I have in mind. Or?
Yeah, this is a normal test, this pendulum, with the part on it where you can measure this part, and then you receive this SRT value, and then you need a minimum of the 45.
Okay. What about symbols and directional arrows for bike lane markings? Is it possible to apply these too?
Yes, this is possible, and there we have also a good combination within SWARCO, because as an example, you can use preformed marking materials like our Eurotherm. So you have in the first step a cold applied plastic, like a roller plastic or structured cold plastic, and on the top you can put the preformed material, and there you can get a bike, you can get an arrow or something what you need, and then you can put it on top, and then you have it looks nice, and you can put a lot of symbols on the lane.
Mm-hmm. I see a question in the chat now from a dear friend from Holland. Hello, Mario and Richard. What are your ideas about the glowing duration of afterglow materials? So the duration of the afterglow effect in cycle path markings over land. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a good question. At the end, it depends on the sunlight. If we have a very intensive day, like in the summer, then we will have more time for the afterglow effect. But with the normal light we have on a day, we reach round about up to 8 hours of afterglow effect with our material.
So 8 hours, that's already quite a long time. Yeah. So maybe a question that is related a bit to this. What about the nighttime visibility of cycle path markings? We know that they are very well visible during day, but what about the nighttime visibility?
If you create this bike lane and you have the red and the green part of it on the side, it's more or less what we know from examples. You can use a white lane also, and there you can work with the glass beads. And as an example, if you work with our high quality product, the Solid Plus glass beads, then you will receive a very high retroreflectivity, up to more than 1000 millicandela. And with this, you can reach a very high night visibility for the bike user, but also for the car driver.
Yeah, this is particularly important for those lanes which are simply separated from the existing track on the road. Yeah, you have the lanes for the cars, and sometimes there are just a certain section to the right-hand side that is separated from and dedicated especially to the cyclists. Are there more questions from our audience? We know that in Scandinavia, the traffic of bicycles is booming. Of course, it has always been a prominent example of bicycle traffic, like Holland, of course. And in Germany, there is, in the meantime, a tendency to even create cycle highways, where you have very long lanes and for bicycles that link larger cities in the Ruhrgebiet area, for instance. Yeah. There is a question coming in. What does the red and green mean? That's about the tinted colors of bicycle lanes. Is there a meaning of the red and the green?
No, there's not a special meaning about that. Let me give an example from Germany, Berlin as an example. They use these different colors, and green is the normal color they use for the bicycle lane. And if it comes to big intersections and crossings, then they use the red color to increase the attention from all the road users.
I see. Another question: in which respect are waterborne solutions durable?
This is also different. The main part is the impact of the traffic. Do you have a lot of traffic load? Do you not have a lot of traffic load? So this is the main question. How long it is possible to use the lane? And without that information, it's not easy to answer it. It can be more than 1 year, it can be 3 years, but it depends on the traffic load.
Yeah,
because this is the main impact on the marking material.
Yeah, if you compare waterborne to cold plastic usually lasts longer. Is that true?
That's true. Yes, cold plastic lasts longer. It's more resistance against the traffic load, and this is why it lasts longer.
Mhm. Okay, dear viewers, any more questions from your side? Please use the opportunity to ask Mario your specific questions on cycle path markings. So I see that there are no more questions coming in at the moment. Dear business partners and friends of SWARCO, dear colleagues, thank you for participating in the 6th edition of our innovation talk. Here, my heartfelt thanks to Mario Nöllge for his availability and vivid explanations on innovative marking systems for cycle paths. As always, my thanks also go to my colleagues Christoph Praxmarer and Benjamin Steiner, who are responsible behind the scenes for the technical implementation of our webinar. We hope you enjoyed it and gained new insights into SWARCO's competencies and capabilities, especially in road marking systems for cycle paths. We will be happy to answer the questions you still have. It's very easy. Just send us an email to the address innovationtalks@swarco.com, innovationtalks@swarco.com, and we will come back to you with the answers. Of course, our Innovation Talk series will go on, and we hope that you will be on board again next time. Please visit our website on a regular basis to not only learn about the topic of our next talk, but also to learn more about SWARCO's solutions and offerings in the field of micromobility. As always, you will find the recording of this webinar on our website. There you have also the possibility to watch previous innovation talks you might have missed. We look forward to welcoming you back soon. In the meantime, all the best, stay healthy, and goodbye.